Barry Lyndon is here on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, released by the Criterion Collection. It can be found as a digipack, available at your local and online retailers. Stanley Kubrick is, of course, a legend in filmmaking. His attention to detail in his movies is well known. For Barry Lyndon, which on paper is a pretty straightforward story, it has a level of detail and finesse that makes it stand out. I would even say that this is his most beautifully shot film. The use of landscapes and overall cinematography is stunning. Barry himself is such a flawed character, and Kubrick tells a compelling story that you can't help but get invested in his fate. The use of music, costuming, and set pieces are, in my opinion, some of the best in film. This is an easy one to recommend. Barry Lyndon on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray has an aspect ratio of 1:6:1 with native 4K resolution, and it supports both HDR10 and Dolby Vision. For purposes of this review, I will be discussing the Dolby Vision transfer. Not much information was provided by Criterion as to the nature of the restoration of the film on 4K, though presumably it utilizes the color grading approved by Kubrick's assistant for the HD transfer back in 2000. This aspect will no doubt be a source of debate among old-school Barry Lyndon fans with just how the film is supposed to look, which I will admit to having limited knowledge of since my first viewing was on DVD many years ago. With that said, my review will reflect what it is, not necessarily what it should or shouldn't be. The source itself looks to be in fairly good shape, only a random blemish or hair here and there, but otherwise it looks good. Criterion's typical disc encoding will also be a source of contention for some, though I would have loved to see Fidelity in Motion take a crack at this one, but for the average viewer, it may be just fine. Grain is medium in density and fairly consistent. While this is a 4K picture, Kubrick's style and choice of cameras don't give the picture a noteworthy boost to detail. Much of the picture is soft, and I was hard-pressed to find examples of visible differences to texture enhancement. Just to be clear, this isn't a bad thing necessarily, it is how Kubrick intended his movie to look, so just be aware going in you won't be blown away by razor-sharp clarity. Improvements can be found, however, in the visual grading, as Dolby Vision really adds a nice bit of flourish to the picture. This film, as I stated in my intro, is arguably one of the most picturesque movies not only Kubrick has done, but in general, and the viewer is rewarded with beautiful scenic colors and bold striking tones. At no time did I feel that the palette enhancement was unnatural or too much. Dolby Vision strikes just the right balance, and the picture is nothing short of beautiful. The aforementioned softness does occasionally cause whites to bloom slightly, and it evokes a somewhat dreamlike appearance. Black levels are also wonderfully rendered throughout the film's runtime. Night scenes, often lit by just the moon, look excellent. The film often employs natural lighting, such as candles in dark interiors, which properly convey shadows and look quite good. I didn't witness any egregious signs of crush. Just as a side note, I get the impression that if Kubrick was alive today, he wouldn't be a filmmaker that would retroactively apply HDR or Dolby Vision to his previous films. I say that full well knowing that I think the grading really works with this transfer, but I often wonder how he would have embraced 4K as a format in regard to general use of HDR. Barry Lyndon on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray supports a mono audio mix as well as an alternate 5.1 track. Over the years, I watched the film with both audio options, and I have to say I ultimately prefer the mono mix. The 5.1 is good, somewhat spacious in its overall delivery, and it is clean from the source. There's just something more authentic about the mono mix, and it too was clean and free from any unwanted blemishes. In-film dialogue is clean and easy to hear with no issues, and the film's haunting score and music is also well represented. It comes through fine. No new supplements were included for this round of the film on 4K. Instead, we just have legacy features from Criterion, which are located on a separate Blu-ray disc. There is a making of Barry Lyndon, which runs about 40 minutes or so from Criterion's release back in 2017. The Achieving Perfection short is another good piece of content which talks about Kubrick and his process, which has insights from various participants. Balancing Every Sound is also a recommended watch, as it underlines Kubrick's use of sound in his film. For the picture quality, I'm going to give Barry Lyndon on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray an A-. While those looking for more bang for their buck in terms of 4K resolution might walk away disappointed, the grading itself enhances the film to a noteworthy and more than appreciable degree. Arguably, the film has never looked this good, and it's well worth the upgrade. For the audio, I scored it a B+. The film's sound design has good presence in both the 5.1 and mono tracks. The movie has always been an enjoyable listening experience, and that continues here with the 4K presentation. And for the extras, I graded them an A. It's probably asking too much of Criterion to include something new for this film's debut on 4K, but the existing bonus materials are more than satisfying and are very informative. If you're new to the film, you'll have plenty to dive into and enjoy. So that is my review of Barry Lyndon on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray from the Criterion Collection. If you're interested in picking up a copy for yourself, I will leave a direct Amazon link in the comments section. But if you have the disc already, let us know your thoughts down below. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guide 365. I will see you at the movies.